All right, shalom, shalom. Back with another video. But first and foremost, I'm gonna give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Also give all honors to the elders and apostles of GMS that rule well and teach for forgiveness, 100% truth. All right, so the the other night I was watching the elders in Dallas live, and they mentioned something that about this QR code and things that happen after COVID. And I was just thinking about the digital, the MOTB. And, what dawned on me, one of the elders brought up the QR code, that everything, it used to start, you'd be able to, if you go out to eat, you would scan the QR code and it'll bring up a digital menu. Okay. And they did that to, or as they say, they did that to keep germs from passing, right? So I went down a rabbit hole last night. I was just, meditating on this, man. And this is what I was thinking about. And I asked ChatGPT, I said, did COVID accelerate the digital infrastructure? It says, yes, COVID-19 pandemic accelerated digital infrastructure globally at a pace that normally would have taken many years, okay? So I was thinking like, damn, okay, this is why this devil, okay, that serpent, okay, is very crafty. Okay, he's a very crafty, devil. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time, I would never have thought this. Especially us being in a dead state and not understanding what's going on. Okay, but now when you come into this truth, okay, you see the bigger picture of everything. And you start putting the pieces together why these things happen, right? So it says, yes, the COVID-19 pandemic accelerated digital infrastructure globally at a pace that normally would have taken many years. Okay, so pretty much what this pandemic did was it escalated it. Okay, it escalated this digital infrastructure. Okay, in a short amount of time that would have took many years. Okay, and this is one of the Esau's schemes, man. Okay, and it was due to population control. Okay, so it says a few major areas changed rapidly. Remote work exploded through platforms like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, cloud systems, online shopping, and delivery surges through companies like Amazon, DoorDash, and Uber Eats. Schools shifted into digital classrooms almost overnight. Telehealth and digital medical systems expanded quickly. Contactless payments, QR codes, mobile banking, digital IDs became common. Okay. Governments and businesses increased cloud computing, AI tools, cybersecurity, and automation investments. Supply chains became more dependent on digital tracking and logistics systems. Many analysts and business leaders said the pandemic compressed roughly 5 to 10 years of digital adoption into about 1 to 3 years. For example, remote work infrastructure and e-commerce adoption jumped dramatically between 2020 and 2022. Before COVID, many companies resisted remote work. During lockdowns, entire corporations had to digitize immediately to keep operating, right? So these companies had to adapt, okay? And this was a part of Esau's scheme for him to push out this MOTB, okay? So, we're going to get some scriptures, man, but this devil knows that he has a short time, okay? And this is why he searched out this matter, right? And shortened it by causing this crisis, right? And ChatGPT just said would have took about 5 or 10 years. They compressed it to about 1 to 3 years. Okay, that's the craftiness of Esau, this devil, right? So how you say it? These companies had to adapt to that real quick. Okay, and it was all a part of his agenda, right? And it worked. right? It says during lockdown, entire corporations had to digitize immediately to keep operating. Restaurants that never used delivery apps suddenly depended on them. Older generations, older generations who rarely use digital payments or video calls started using them regularly, right? Because now they're going to try to get you to depend on this digital system, okay, which is the B system, okay, which there is going to the MOTB, the RFID chip, okay, it's going to go digital, okay, everything that your ID, bank account information, all that's going to be tied into that chip, okay, everything that you need, okay, to show proof of who you are is going to be tied on that chip, okay, so they was already conditioning us, okay, to um move to this digital infrastructure without us even knowing. Okay, the ones that was in the sleep. Okay, not in the knowing. Okay. Keep reading. It says QR codes existed. So you had older generations who rarely used digital payments or video calls started using them regularly. QR codes existed long before COVID, but the pandemic normalized them everywhere. Menus, payments, check-ins, vaccine records, business systems. There are also broader debates around what this acceleration means. Some see it as necessary modernization and convenience. Others worry it increased dependence on technology, surveillance systems, large tech corporations, and digital control mechanisms. Okay. So the whole time, everybody, the ones that were laid off and they were getting those checks, okay, they think, they were enjoying their days off. They were getting their stimulus checks, and on top of that, they were getting their unemployment. Okay, you had Jake chilling, all right. Whole time we here and chilling. Whole time this was a freaking a test run. Okay, and Esau, okay, devising his wicked his schemes. Right. Let's get Micah 2:1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hand." Okay, so behind closed doors, okay, they come up with these wicked plans, okay, these schemes, okay, and how to push, okay, their new world order and push people, condition people to accept, okay, this digital system that's coming, okay, to accept this MOTB, this RFID chip. Okay. So one of their plans, okay, was COVID-19. Okay, which was a test run. Okay, the whole time they were already conditioning people. Okay, so when we were getting our little checks, we were getting unemployment because I was probably getting 4,000 a month. Okay, with unemployment and with the stimulus checks and stuff like that. This whole time, this devil knew what he was doing. Okay, people wasn't complaining because they were getting laid off, but they were getting paid. You see what I'm saying? But behind the scenes, this digital infrastructure was getting pushed. Okay, you had companies adapting to it fast, right? To lead up to this MOTB that's coming. Okay, this RFID chip, right? So it says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds." Okay, so behind closed doors, okay, they came with this COVID-19, okay, leaked it out, right? So they come up with this, behind closed doors in these secret society meetings, okay? When the morning is light, they practice it, okay? And they practice it, right? They seen how the people adapted so fast, so good, okay? Because it was a test, right? For what's going to come, right? So while everybody was out there partying, or they was getting their checks, getting high, this is what Esau was doing. All right, because it's in the power of the hand, right? The earth was given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, it was given to him. Okay, to do these things. All right. So let's get Psalms 64 and 6. Psalm 64, we start 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? Right. Okay. So they lay these snares, okay, behind closed doors, okay, and think that nobody sees them, okay, but the Heavenly Father, okay, knows what they're up to, okay, and now that we have this knowledge and understanding, okay, we understand what you're trying to do, okay. Verse 6, it says, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep, okay, deep in wickedness, okay, because that's who they are. They are the wicked the Bible speaks of, right? So they search out, they accomplish a diligent search, okay, to how to lay snares on the people, okay, and seeing what triggers the people, okay, seeing how the people react to crisis, okay, therefore they can push forward their agenda, okay, that way they can condition you, okay, to become a digital slave, right, to chip you that way because they want control, right? So this whole time behind the scenes, this devil was at work, okay. He had a diligent search, okay, behind closed doors, okay, with these meetings, okay, they threw out designing these diseases, okay. They know that in order for them to push this RFID chip, they got to condition you. Okay, they gotta steer you in a direction to be ready to accept it when it comes. All right, and pushing everything digital is making people depend on this digital system, thinking that this is the new thing. Okay, and this is what they want you to think. They want you to think that the world is just progressing and you got to just move along with it. Okay. So now it's going to come to the point, if you don't have that mark, okay, that MOTB, that RFID chip, you're not going to be able to participate in society. You already have people depending, okay, on this digital system already. Okay, that was their whole plan in COVID. This is why a lot of these companies adapted fast to it. Okay, pretty much they had no choice, right? Let's go back to that. Where is it at? It says, before COVID, many companies resisted remote work during lockdowns. Entire corporations had to digitize immediately to keep operating right. So they were pushed. Okay, they had to. Okay, in order to during that COVID crisis, for them to stay afloat. Okay, they had to go back to the drawing board and go more digital. Okay, and it happened quick, right? In the span of something that it says many analysts and business leaders said the pandemic compressed roughly 5 to 10 years of digital adoption into about 1 to 3 years, right? First thing that ringed in my mind is that this devil knows he had a short time, okay? He knows his time is coming to an end, so therefore he had to compress that down, okay? He had to shorten that amount of time, okay? And them doing this crisis and pretty much using this COVID-19 to accelerate that digital infrastructure. Okay, so just like they said, the digital infrastructure was already there, but COVID-19, what it did is it pushed the world. Okay, it accelerated it. Okay, in a short amount of time. Right. Let's get Revelations 12 and 12. This is Revelations 12 verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Right? So he knows, Esau knows he has a short time. This is why he compressed that. This is why he did that. Okay? Because his time is coming to an end, and he knows that. Okay? So be expecting to this chip to come out really pretty soon. Okay, because this is what time we're in, right? And Esau, he's the wicked. Okay, so he's doing the things that he's supposed to do, right? So that's all I got through the spirit. I hope this video was edifying, and I want to say shalom.